Okay, so last night made a video like this again, and I was hoping that I would never ever have to do it after last night. Then I came across this shit. So anyone who wants to judge me for being ashamed to be black or having a little bit of black in me, I want you to watch these videos about blacks attacking Asians. I'm not saying this has never happened in the other way, but I'm sure it has. But you know, as people of color, we're supposed to be better than this.
In person in Northern California.
The video was taken in a laundromat near San Francisco's Chinatown on February 23rd. 3 suspects ambushed the 67-year-old man, dragging him to the ground. They kicked and beat him while looking for his wallet. Police say the robbers made off with several $100s. Locally, a movement called Asians with Attitudes has been formed to combat the rise in hate crimes against Asian Americans. Young volunteers are conducting foot patrols in neighborhoods where people of Asian ancestry have been targeted.
Terrible.
You know, and I think Jeremy Lin talked about this, and I mentioned this on the show earlier. He was saying we've seen what people can do when they care enough to stop a hate crime or
this
crime
like back
against
in
a
March.
certain ethnicity.
I want you to understand something. This does not reflect all of us black people. But goddammit, I'm mixed. And I'm mixed with Native American as well as black, as well as white. And this is some shit that I am tired of seeing. This is some shit that I am tired of saying. This is some shit that needs to be said and needs to be done. See, mixed people feel things a lot more than people who are not mixed. And this shit here is over the top. It literally is like uncalled for, ruthless shit. Although whatever the hell this lady has to say at the end of this video is very important, it doesn't change the fact that this has happened one too many times. And again, I'm not going to say that this has not happened in reverse. I'm sure it has. But this is more publicly seen. And until we all gather together and get our shit together, this shit's going to continue. So the first person who jumps down my case about me being ashamed to be black, look at what I just saw. Look at what I just showed you. And this fucks it up for everybody who's black, that is decent, who has Asian friends, who has Asian family members, who gets along with everybody. This ruins everything for us because it gives people a different perspective. It makes us look bad. It's the same saying of like when a black person steals something, all black people feel it because now all black people are persecuted because we can't go shopping without someone saying, oh, you're black, so you don't have any money. We're going to follow you around the store. And while we're following you around the store because you're black, other people are robbing the store. But they're not following them. Because black people like that makes it harder for you and me to have a productive life in society. Black people who want to get a raw hair up their ass and do things that normal people wouldn't do, making the rest of our society, our culture, look bad. Yeah, I'm part Native American. I'm sure Native Americans have done bad shit too. In fact, I know so much about that. Same thing with whites. It doesn't have to be this way. It shouldn't be this way. Part of the reason why I wanted to make films was because, one, there wasn't any mixed characters, people that I could relate to. Same thing with comic books. There's no real biracial or multicultural people in them. So Marvel, give me a job. And two, this doesn't just affect me. This will affect every person of color, no matter how light or dark you are on the color wheel. With the brown paper bag test, whatever dumbass came up with that. You know, we have to work together as a society to learn how to get along. The real threat ain't on Earth. The real threat very well may be like Mass Effect. It may be from people from outer space. But until we figure out what's going on, you know, we have to stop this shit. I'm wearing an Army shirt because the one thing I learned in the Army was family don't mean blood, gender, or skin tone. Because in the Army, everybody wore the same. they're back to the old school now, but we all wore these. And then the color of my platoon mates, my brothers, being in this green or the new old green. They were my family. They are my family. And regardless of how we felt about each other politically, we knew if we ever are in any danger, we have each other. Society needs to be more like the army, where you don't see any color but green. And we don't attack each other. We may disagree, we may argue. We don't do that. We don't jump on one old Asian man because we don't have nothing better to do with our lives. And to you three individuals back in March the 5th, 2021, shame on you. Why don't you try picking on a guy one by one? Come and get me. I live in Charlottesville, Virginia. I'm not that hard to find. I'm a real small guy. Probably a little bit smaller than that Asian man. So which one of you cowards want to come first? Oh yeah, don't bring a gun, because that'll really show me how much of a pussy you actually are. Because it takes 3 of you to jump at an old man. I'm an old man. I'm 47. I'm a little younger than that guy. Oh, be forewarned. I will not be held responsible for what the fuck happens to you. No. Y'all were younger than this guy. He had no chance, and there's 3 of you. Well, there's good news. I'm not that young. There's bad news. I literally was in the army. There's worse news. I've been jumped before on my job, and I won against 2. So what's one more guy? All at once or one at a time. Grow some balls. So come fabric number 2. I will be making another video about this in a minute. Be seeing you.